Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to go from this to this. So many of you know GM had a recall and they went from the Switchblade style and they basically ripped it out of there and made you use a key. So this is available on eBay, and all you have to do is switch the guts from this to this. Now there's a lot of videos on YouTube shows you how to do this. I think some of them make it sound a lot easier than it is. Maybe it was easy on theirs, but when I did it on mine, on this one, I had a heck of a time getting this thing apart. It would not come apart. It came apart in about 150 pieces with some heavy-duty wire cutters. I tried everything. I tried putting needle nose in there, big 12-inch pair of needle nose, and spreading it apart. I've tried screwdrivers and knives in the split here. Took this off. There are no screws even under this little emblem here. So yeah, but as long as you don't damage the PC board, you know, who really cares what happens to this? So, well, let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to start by taking the battery out, which I already removed it apparently. So, get that out of the way. And this piece looks like it would just pop out, but the way I did it the last time, I ended up breaking that off in there. So I don't think that's necessary to get that out. Let's just see if we can split the case. I used these and they did not work the last time. But anyway, right in there, of course the button's pushed, it's already basically open. So I'm gonna put these inside that hole right there and spread it apart. And it went flying across the garage. And you can see it did not open. I have a feeling this one's going to be as hard as the other one. Okay, so as you can see, it's blown that all to smithereens. And the halves are still connected all the way around. So this is probably going to go the same way that the other one went. It's going to come apart in a bunch of little pieces. You can just toss that out. You won't need it. You won't need that either. When all else fails. Or before it fails. I think this is probably going to be the easiest way. At least it'll give me something to bite into with the screwdriver, if anything else. Once again, trying to be careful not to hit any of the components, so I'm not letting the bit sink in very far. Okay, so there's the board, And actually this side, which is the back side, is the back side of the board, so you'll want to remember that. Be careful not to tweak those pins. Now as far as these metal contacts, this thing, don't worry about that. If you bang it up, you're not gonna need it. The new one comes with it. Let me get a pair of diagonal cutters and cut that off. Okay, making some headway. Maybe I can pull this the rest of the way off. All right, there we go. Okay, like I said, about 150 pieces. So you can see the board is free and clear. I should just be able to lift it out. Carefully. And there it is. This one came out much cleaner than the first one I did. The Dremel really helped. Doesn't look like there's a scratch on it. Looks like a little tiny scratch there on the green, but that's okay. As long as you don't scratch across any of the lines, damage these little contacts, or break off any of these tiny components, you should be okay. I'm gonna set that aside. And you look in here, they have a little Chevy emblem. How cool is that? Some 3M double back tape. That'll be the last thing we put on. So you can see there are 3 screws here, here, and here. We're going to go ahead and take those out. There we go. Now be careful with this, because as soon as you take this back off, it wants to spin because it's under spring tension. You'll see it's going clockwise, and it goes about 1.5 turns before it disengages from the spring. Now you'll see that the spring has, let me just take it out, it might be easier to see. See how the spring has that tab right there? That little post. So it goes in there, post faces that direction. And on the plastic, you can see what side I'm on. I'm on the key side. There is a notch right here. That's where that tab will go in. So you just line it up and then wind this back up the 1.5 turns after you get the board in. So, as you can see, the board has this little hole right here, right there, and then it's got this notch. So the hole will go onto this black plastic stud, and then the notch will go right here, right around that piece there. I just fit the notch in. Now that just dropped right in. Look at that. See the notch fits there, and you can see the plastic coming up through the hole there. So this is in place. Sorry for the shaky hands, everybody. I like coffee, and that's the drawback of it. So we put that in there like that. And that little post goes in the center. And I just heard that piece click in there. And we're going to wind that spring up. Now the board may pop out. I can feel the spring tightening, so I know it's engaged. The board's going to move around, but we're just going to get it close here. Going to look down in there. Make sure it's still, I can still see that plastic post coming through. I know you guys can't because where the camera angle is, but I can see the black plastic post, and this notch is lined up. So we're just going to drop this right down like that and snap the halves together. There it goes. Okay, I got it backwards. Alright, I apparently got it backwards. So that's what happens if you wind it the wrong way. Apparently I wound that the wrong way. Is the key will want to stay closed and not flip open. There should be no gap on this seam here. So we're just going to take the screw, drop it in this corner. Okay, got the battery here. It is a CR2032. Now remember I told you that the new remote has the metal in there for the negative contact. I'm sorry, the positive. This is the negative one here. Well, there's the positive one right there. It's all already integrated. And we're just going to pop that in. And put that back on. Let's take a look. There goes the trunk. Hey, how about that? Works. And the last little touch we got to do is put our Chevy symbol in, of course. This comes off. And it goes right in there. Just like that. So that's all there is to it, folks. Got that on there. Now, I'm going to put a link down in the description for this specific model I got on eBay. If you like the older style without this chrome strip, they sell those as well. I'll put a link down below for that one if you like that older style. My friend Nate over at Outlaw Performance Garage, he likes this style. Kind of grew on me after he said that. He was right. This does look more modern. than the one I just tore apart in a million pieces. But if it doesn't come apart with a needle nose and you have a Dremel, just put a little cutoff wheel on there, take your time, and as soon as it pokes through the plastic, just move on and keep right along that line. You shouldn't hit the board, but you know, you do this at your own risk. So thanks for coming by. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Best to hold this from the edges, or better yet, use an ESD strap, because static electricity will probably damage that little IC chip. Inside those IC chips is actually very fine gold wire, and what happens is the static melts that little fine gold wire just like a fuse. It'll go right into the leads that are there and just melt the wire, and then the IC chip's no good. So anyway, let's get to putting this in, and this is junk.